What's going on, guys? I am back for some more Civilization. I hope you guys are ready for it. Now, we were playing as the Siamese Empire. What's his face again? Ramkem Heng. And we actually got to a pretty good start so far, if I remember everything correctly. Let's see what's going on here. I just played a full game, so my mind is not really in this game anymore, so I need to take a look. This warrior is healing, and the scout was just scouting for a bit. Okay. So, let's take a look at the citizen management screen. We need 6 food. So let's go like that for maximum. Well, a little bit of food. And we actually need some extra producing power so we can actually get a worker out faster. Now, I don't get a lot of food right now, so it takes very long for me to get a new citizen. But I do get the worker a couple of turns early, which I can then use to harvest the ivory and the wine. So I'm going to click next turn and just let this run its course. There we go. You can just scout ahead. That's total. Oh, I actually had another warrior. Florence. Let's see. Oh, it's still the same island. Can I? That is a bad decision. Let's just let this guy heal. Give him a defensive bonus. And who are we playing? Spain. Yep, Spain. Fuck Spain. I don't like Spain whatsoever. They're a bunch of douches, but oh well. Which one did I take? Honor and tradition. For some reason. Wow. And we actually defeated them due to the defensive bonus. Let's actually stand up on this mountain, which gives us a little bit of a bonus against these barbarians. And then go onto alert, which means you cannot, or you don't really use the unit until you get attacked, or until you spot an enemy. And you also get a defensive bonus. So let's hope it is actually enough. We take 5 damage, they take 6, so that's pretty good in my book. I say let's go fortify. This guy needs to take out the frickin' camp, because what the fuck is Spain doing here? This is my territory, biznatch. Get out of here. Next turn. I don't remember how big the map is we're playing on, but I'm pretty sure we have more enemies than just Spain. Now, we get a huge bonus versus Barbarians. My unit has been promoted, so it gets a bonus against open terrain. This is open terrain. They're barbarians. I get a freaking massive bonus with which I can defeat them in 1 turn. Here we go. So we take barely any damage, only 3, and they are instantly dead. I approve. And also, our culture reached the barrier again, so we get another bonus. So, let's see what I built here. We don't have a monument yet, and if I take this policy, it gives you a free culture building in your first 4 cities, which is the monument. You can use this one, so you can build buildings extra fast, and you get 1 happiness for every 10 citizens. But we only have, like, what, 3 or 4, so we don't really need that bonus yet, and we're not going to build, like, too many wonders, so I think I'm going to go with this one for some, for a little bit of a head start. We get a free monument, which gives us, you know, even more culture, and our borders expand a bit faster. So if I look here now, the monument is gone from the list. It is a very useful bonus in the beginning, especially if you have, like, multiple cities, and you want... This is not a very good idea. Let's fortify. I honestly do this after like every battle, because otherwise I start losing. There we go. Calendar is research, so we can now get the wine, the ivory, and all that good stuff. I actually want to get here. We have animal husbandry as well. Let's take a look. Masonry. We should probably start thinking about starting a 2nd city again soon as well. So I'm thinking either here, but it's just furs and stone. It's not the best. It's not worst either. Let's see, deer. This is a pretty good spot, actually. Even though it's pretty close to this. But you do get fish. You get the sea, so you can make boats. You get deer for extra food and that sort of stuff. And furs, too. So, we actually, all we need is sailing. So I'm going to go with sailing for now, I think. I could take mining as well, but there's no, like, mining stuff close by. We don't need the wheel yet, so I'm going to go with... Oh, crap, I just clicked mining. I'm going to go with sailing. Here we go. That should take care of business. Oh, crap. Now, if you do not clear an encampment, it will just keep spawning bandits over and over and over. So you need to actually clear it if you want to get rid of the freaking bandits. So let's just get rid of these guys. We get, you know, the bonus because of the honor and that sort of stuff. So here we go, and they're still alive for some reason. We take a crap load of damage. That is not what I had in mind. I'm minor victory. Let's go for the minor victory, see if we can actually do some damage, and then just fortify. We actually take more damage, so I'm playing on a higher difficulty, which is very annoying. Because the game is so much harder. I mean, it's more fun, probably, but it can be a lot of fun just playing on like a low difficulty. Let's just fortify until healed. We have a worker now, which is great. So let's put the worker, so let's see, it takes a long time to floodplains, oasis, that sort of stuff. So it takes a lot of time to get food, so I'm going to go on this spot. And next turn I'm going to build a farm there. Minor victory, oh shit. Just, let's see, rough terrain, this is open. I'm going to go for the open terrain bonus, so I would actually win now. But fortify as well, this should help. Let's see, we have a scout, a warrior, and another warrior. I think I'm going to go with a settler and start working on another town. Now, when you're producing a settler, you do not grow any food. So, as you can tell, our city is not growing, we don't have any food, and you don't need any food. So you can just put as much as you can on production. So this has 2, this has 1, and you can probably go for that one as well. Just check out what gives you the most money and production. So now we're getting a lot of production, a lot of money, which is good because we did not need the food. Oh crap. I need to get this warrior away from here because he's like stuck on fortify. Let's build a farm. So this is what it looks like when you have a worker selected. If you have an empty spot, you can pick anything you want to build. Even if you have a spot that isn't empty, you can replace it. But you can pick a trading post right now, which gives you extra gold, or a farm, which gives you extra food. So let's go for that one. Warrior gets more and more experience. So I'm going to go with the open terrain. Did I just... Yep, I just clicked the rough terrain. Fuck my life. Whatever. It's fine. Let's go over here and actually take over this camp, because we killed the guy that was in it. So we are free to take it for ourselves now, if this stupid boat wasn't in the way. So let's cap it. It's almost like Call of Duty, you can cap stuff. Yay. So there's a shitload of barbarians here. We should probably work on getting our warrior back soon. But I also need to keep them scouting a bit next turn. This is going to be a bad turn for the scout, I think. Let's see what happens. Although we do have the fortify bonus, so it might not be that bad, but it's pretty bad. So I'm in a tough spot now with my scout. So I can pick, you know, increase visibility, increase the... you can get +1 HP healed per turn outside of friendly territory, or you can go for heal it completely. Now, I will lose this one. I think I'm going to go with the heal outside of... No, wait. Visibility range is probably the best for now. It actually increases by a whole lot. So I'm going to go into the fortify area again. Get this warrior the hell out of here. John. Warrior John. And let's get rid of these stupid bandits. Bandits can actually capture your worker and use them for themselves. So you actually lose them and they will bring them back to their camp, which is extremely annoying. So try and keep your workers away from the bandits. Also, I can see Spain just build a new city, Barcelona, right next to Madrid. So they have like ivory now as well, which is kind of sucky because they will not be as desperate for ivory now. Since I had ivory and I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to trade it with them. They won't be as desperate now. So I will need to give them a better offer if I actually want them to take it. But thank God I still have wine. Maybe they don't have that. Let's hope. And they're going to get deer as well. So, let's see. Calendars. I already have that. I pretty much have everything. So, let's take a look at what we can actually use. Now, we do not need a mine yet. There's no reason for it except if it leads to masonry. Or, yeah, masonry, I think it's called. And bronze working. Chop forests, blah, blah, blah. And wheel, which will allow you to make better units and make a road and that sort of stuff. So, I'm going to go with this. Because if I get, you know, a second city, I like to get a road between them. Which I will explain why as soon as I have it. And this guy is going to try and take my worker, I think, because he's getting way too close to that. So let's try and get him out of the way. He's almost dead, so let's just finish him off like that. Boom. There we go. And they left my scout alone, which is great. This guy can just keep working on the farm, because I think he's safe. Spain is getting close. Not quite sure what they're doing. I'm not at war with them, am I? No, I'm not. Let's go over here, kill those bandits, and explore for a little bit. There's a lot of horses here. I wish I had horses. Now, horses are actually really important because they're not luxury resources, they're like strategic resources. Because if you have horses, you can make special units. Excuse me, which means they will probably give more money for them. Let's not do that. Let's actually fortify for now. And fire again at the enemy. Make them weak so they actually retreat. There we go. 4 damage, which is pretty much... City of Sukhothai wants first. We will get first soon enough if our settlers done. Let's keep going with the farm. Now, by the time that the settlers done, I would probably have 2 farms or maybe even more. God damn it, this is really annoying. There's so many bandits. I keep forgetting that on like higher difficulties, there's lots of bandits around. Lots of bandits. You will need to handle all of them by yourself. So that's pretty annoying. Let's get this guy out of the way. Next turn. Let's finish the farm. Come on. There we go. So I think the farm is done now. Yep, it is. So let's shoot. Let's get this guy out of the way. Or make him a bit weaker at least. And then send in the warrior. And I'm going to go for the ivory because it gives me a lot of money and stuff. Money's always useful. Like I said, you can buy tiles and buy buildings. At least I think I said that in the previous episode. Let's attack them first. Still alive. Good, because now I can get some free experience with my warrior. If I lose this, I will stop recording and scream. Okay, it's good. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep recording. So now I can pick what I want again. Excuse me. Let's see. I already have this one, and as you can see, it leads to these two. So I can get +1 gold and -1 happiness for every 2 citizens in the capital, which is pretty useful. Or extra growth. Now, the extra growth is actually very useful, but I'm trying to be like as efficient as possible, and I don't have any growth right now. So I'm gonna go for the money and the happiness. Happiness is always great. Here we go. It's only a couple of turns, but I'll pick the next one soon enough. So let's construct a camp. Get ourselves some nice ivory. Oh crap, so the scouts are getting fired at. In other words, we need them out of this area. Because they're not scouting, they're just getting fired at. It's not very efficient. Let's attack these. Boom, there we go. 2 damage, I think. Yep. You can actually tell by the amount of... You see about 10 units, and if you see 2 of them die, then you're like, oh, it's probably 10 damage. Makes sense. Fortify, because he's gonna die. Just keep building the camp for extra money. And maybe we'll run into like other players soon, other civilizations that do want ivory. Let's hope so. Get him out of the way. I can't attack those, so let's attack these then. Boom. No experience, but at least they're gone. That's a good thing. Now I have access to a lot more researches because I researched the what did I research? I think sailing. I don't even remember. Oh no, the wheel. That's the one. So now I have access to mathematics and horseback riding. Now mathematics can be very useful. First of all, you can build a courthouse, which you need to eliminate extra unhappiness from an occupied city. What this means is, if you take over an enemy city, they will be extremely unhappy until you build a courthouse. So it is very, very useful. Which also, the hanging gardens is another thing you can build, which produces a shitload of food for the city in which you build it. Now, I can research horseback riding for stable and for a horseman unit, but I don't have any horses. So I could do that, but it's pretty much useless. So I'm going to go with mathematics. And if I can actually get the hanging gardens built, that will give me a huge edge over my enemies. Here we go. Scouts should probably fortify for now. So our settler unit is done. Let's send him over here. Hope he doesn't get raped. Let's build an archer because we can actually deal with a little bit more of an army. So as you can tell, our citizens are now starving. So we need to reallocate these and go. So we need 6 food at least to keep them alive, and even a little bit more if we want them to grow. So I'm gonna go for this one because there's a lot of money, and I only have 1 more citizen. So I have fair amount of production. I am producing in 7 turns. If that is too slow for me, I can always pick this one and see. It's now 6 turns. Let's see if it makes a difference if I pick this one. 7 turns. So I can go for some more money and some food, but if I do that, then I will not, get as much production as I normally do. But it's only 1 turn, so I'm going to go for that one. And I do like the money, so I actually want to expand my empire a little bit, so I'm going to see which one are the cheapest, which is actually very easy to tell if you are not blind. 50, 50, 50. Now this one is very nice because it gives a lot of food, so I'm going to click that one and buy it. This one gives 3 food, so let's get that one as well. And what's this? This tile has an enemy on it. You may not work in it until the enemy unit is removed. That makes sense. But you can basically see, let's see, I really want production, but I don't have the tile that I like. So let's say this one is like only 1 production and I want 2. I can buy C, and this is like 2. And I'm like, oh, I want it. I can buy it and then use it. So it's actually very useful to keep that in mind. I only started playing with this recently with the whole citizen management thing. But it can make a very big impact on the game, in my opinion. So keep an eye on that. This is where I actually want to build another city, but I'm pretty sure I can't because it's too close. So let's see. I need my scout to scout on ahead a little bit so I can see if there's any enemy units. Why is the camp empty? That's free 25 gold for me. I'm just gonna get my settler to go back to my city a little bit because they're captured instantly, like workers, and they can be very annoying to get back, especially on the higher difficulties when bandits can be like a real pain in the ass. And trust me, you don't want that because then they will take your settler back to their camp, where there's basically a shitload of more bandits waiting for you who will butt rape you, and then you basically get raped, or which is even worse. I actually had that in a game like a couple games back. I had like a settler. Took me like 6 or 7 turns to make it. So, in the beginning portion of the game, they're very valuable because, there's not a whole lot of settlers. And the camp is done, so that means I'm making a bit more money. Now, this one gives me wine, food. Let's see. Let's go for the wine one. Why not? Why not?